Welcome to the Small Wonder podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about Small Wonder. That's not right. It's a very special podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about all your favorite TV shows from previous years. But today is a very special, magical day because 30 years ago tonight, Small Wonder, the TV series premiered, right?
Yeah, it was probably during the day, though. I think it was mostly on Saturday morning.
Wait, what?
Like, it was daytime. Yeah, because it was for kids.
This was like a Saturday morning non-cartoon?
Yeah, sort of thing. It was syndicated. Like Charles in Charge.
Yeah, but that was on a night, right?
Various times during the day.
Okay. I guess it depended on where you lived.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like basically a fetus at this point, so I don't really remember what time of the day Small Wonder was on. I just remember being on like after school, like and it's like afternoon, Monday to Friday on, like kind of like like the Facts of Life was on every day, forever.
Yeah, I kind of remember it as that show that would get put on if the ball game got rained out or something, and they need to like fill in programming.
Small Wonder was one of those kind of shows.
Yeah.
Like ladies and gentlemen.
So like if the Yankees got rained out, they put on like a couple episodes of Small Wonder and Out of This World or whatever.
Just some whatever crap they can conjure up on a Saturday afternoon.
Like whatever they have in their syndicated collection.
What do they do now? What do they do now if it rains? 2.5 Men.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say 2.5 Men, Mike and Molly. Yeah.
Family Guy.
Big Bang Theory.
But we didn't do our housekeeping. So my name is Patrick M. Dunn. You might remember me from the previous 21-ish episodes. And you can find me on the internet, and I'm Patrick M. Dunn on the Twitter. And I'm joined here by Kat Halstead.
Woo, what up?
And she has a bunch of books that you can buy. Where can you get them?
They're all on Amazon, Barnes & Noble,
all
those awesome places. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, at CatDBS, Cat with a K.
P-scope. I P-scoped for 2 minutes today. It was boring, so
Yeah, I saw it 10 minutes after you did. I was like, he's not even on anymore, so whatever.
Yeah, strangers came on, and I was like, fuck this, I'm out. And I had nothing.
You're like, Cat France not here.
I had nothing interesting to say, but you can follow me. I believe it's the same username on the P-scope. I got a little sunburn today. Shout out to the end of summer. It's Labor Day in the real world.
Well, at least you had sun today.
What?
It was gloomy until 10 minminutes ago.
Oh, we had 90 degrees.
It's been gloomy all day, and now the sun's out right now. I can see it from my deck.
It was a 91 temp. Tomorrow's going to be 93, but I will be at work. So that's fine.
Oh gosh, I don't even know what today.
I did some non-labor.
That's actually cool. It's 77, but the real feel is 80 degrees.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're in the great white north called Minnesota, where it gets cold all the time. And I am in New England. Shout out to New England. And I had a great nap today. And I watched the episode of Small Wonder that we're going to do today. I believe it's a season 2 episode.
Yes, it is season 2, episode 11. The Shoplifter.
The Shoplifter. And it deals with my favorite subject of television shows. The serious subject. Shoplifting, which is a great topic, especially on teen and youth-oriented dramas and sitcoms.
Mm-hmm.
Because it always involves they're at the mall, they're at a department store, and they are tempted to steal. But as you will find out,
there's always a good reason they want the item. It's usually a gift from mom or something.
Yeah, so it's a dress that you gotta have so you look cool at school, something like that. But as we will slowly get to, this episode though involves a robot who steals. She shoplifts. And if you don't know anything about Small Wonder, and I'm still trying to analyze, all right, so the show is about a family, a normal family, so it's a mom, dad, and a son. The father is a genius. He's a computer dude, right? A robot
Yeah,
maker?
he's like some computer programming robotics guy.
And he makes a robot girl.
A robot girl, yes.
And does he steal her from where he works, or is this just like he? They know that he has a robot girl. Well, I'm actually a robot.
No, he, he stole he stole her or something. Like, it's so weird. The premise is just so stupid. Like, she's supposed to be like this helper. Like, they designed her to be this helper for handicapped children. So this guy like takes her home instead and like has her hang around the house and help his wife and live in his son's closet. Like, what? Like, was it that difficult for them to have a second kid that he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna steal this robot from work and adopt her instead.
Yeah, but so he makes her like he actually designed her, right? The father.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe they established that he designed her, he programmed her, and so what does he tell work? Like, oh shit, like it didn't work, and we destroyed it. But he like took it home. Like, I want to see the episode where he like how does he get her out of the building? Like, was there no security at this place? Because I guess if you go to the pilot episode, they're in the midst of it already. You don't see the whole like how they got.
Yeah, I
Vicky.
couldn't find like details like how this happened. Like, what did he do? Did he take her out one piece by one piece, like in his briefcase each day?
Yeah.
Or did he go sneak in late at night and be like, oh, I just gotta check on something, guys. Sorry, I can't do it from home because we don't have that technology just yet.
Yeah.
But
I designed her on my gigantic computer.
yeah, the computer they show in the opening is this giant thing with all these wacky lights. I'm like, computers really look like that? Maybe.
I love when computers have dials on them. They have like knobs. Like
knobs and big bright buttons that glow. Like, really?
And like the computer screen though, it was like an actual like video. It was a perfect video.
Yeah, perfect color video.
Meanwhile, it's like 2015 in the video, like we're Google Plusing it right now, Google Hangout, and like your video is still blurry, and this is like
Really?
1986.
It shouldn't be. It should be high def.
Yeah, like I don't know, but in 1986.
Oh, I know why.
Say what?
It's just my stupid screen.
I just assumed it was my internet connection. Oh, you just did like a fancy like Instagram filter effect right there.
Yeah, just like. Woo!
But if you're listening to this, you don't see any of those visuals, so sorry.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day when we have courage enough to do a live show. A live stream. But right now we're just recording it and like holding on to it for weeks because that's how we roll in the podcast. But alright, so Vicky is the robot. She wears like a pinafore dress. What do they call it?
Yeah, she wears this stupid red and white pinafore. Okay, I'm really bothered by the dress because one, it just seems ridiculous for a little girl to wear, but like every day. And two, she wears it every single day. They are trying to pass this robot off as their child. And she's wearing the same thing every day.
Like, she looks like an American doll.
Yeah, she's got this, oh my god, like no child wears the same thing every day. Especially because she's not like a little like 4 or 5-year-old where they might be like, no, I just want to wear my princess dress. She's supposed to be like a 10, 11-year-old.
And she has a monotone voice.
Yes.
I wear the same dress every day.
In the monotone voice.
I wear the same dress every day. I don't go to school.
I'm too shy to go to school, so mom teaches me at home.
I don't eat food.
Yeah, like, but she prepares it. She prepares it for the. I don't understand like why they wouldn't at least find a couple outfits, like maybe switch up, like if they like the pinafore thing going on, maybe switch it up a little bit just so that it can at least pass for a family.
Like maybe some like cool like stonewashed 80s jeans or something.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be anything worse than what the mom and Harry are wearing.
Yeah. The mom, doesn't she has like a weird like yellow, black, like a yellow and black like print like dress.
Top. It was just ridiculous. It's like loose, and then it's cinched at the waist with a skinny belt.
It's
that like matches.
She's like the queen of 80s fashion. They just like, it's like they went to like Deb, the store Deb, in 1986 and was like, what are moms wearing today? What are young hot moms wearing today?
She is like she's like Carol Brady with only one kid and a robot instead of 6 kids and a housekeeper.
She is, and she doesn't work. She just sits home and like takes like.
Yeah, so why does she need a robot to help her with the errands? Like, I don't understand.
Well, because she's a closet drinker, so she just sits around and drinks wine all day.
That's what I'm figuring. She's just sitting around drinking Chardonnay all day
and cracks jokes.
She's got a glass of Chardonnay. She's watching her soap operas, yelling at the TV, waiting for her kid to come home.
Yeah, Jamie.
Because she did all the chores in an hour.
And Jamie's the son, right? His name is Jamie?
Yeah, his name's Jamie.
All right. So when I was in like middle school or like early high school, there was a rumor that Jamie was played by Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. Did you have that rumor in your town?
We did not.
I don't know why, but I just remember that for some reason. Everyone was like, hey, did you know that Billy Corgan was the brother on Small Wonder? And then I would watch it, and I would see him, and then I would see another name, and I'd be like, but it does kind of look like Billy Corgan.
Well, that's kind of like the rumor that Marilyn Manson is the kid from the Wonder Years.
That is true. I was going to bring up like famous like local rumors, and that was another one that I had.
Like, that was what I remember hearing. I was all like, it's not the same guy. Like, doesn't look that much like him.
But you didn't know like Marilyn Manson's real name then, because it was like hard to find out things in the 90s. So you're like, I guess it could have been him.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's just one of those things. I was like, okay, whatever.
Like I was like, maybe Billy Corgan's his rock name, and he really was like that dorky like kid on Small Wonder who just had like the worst jokes ever.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like Fergie. Fergie changed her name and became a huge pop star, but she was on, like, an 80s kids show.
Stacey Ferguson. So. What was it? Kids Incorporated?
Yep. Kids Incorporated. K-I-D-S. Incorporated.
Yes, you just sang on the
and
podcast.
Mario Lopez was on it.
Oh, was he?
And Jennifer Love Hewitt. And Eric Balfour. And that might be all, like, the famous people.
the knowns.
Yeah.
But so just let's get out of the way. Billy Corgan was not on Small Wonder. Instead, he was brooding wherever he was from. Seattle, maybe? I have no idea. Oregon? I don't know.
I have not really thought about Smashing Pumpkins in a long time, to be quite honest.
What? Why not?
They just haven't, like, every once in a while be like, oh, I remember this one time, I like that song. That was like back in 1994, 95. What have they done recently, really?
They were just in town, in my town anyway, with Marilyn Manson, believe it or not.
Are you serious?
They just rolled through town here in Massachusetts. They did a tour. Marilyn Manson and Special was headline, so we're tying it together. Oh, I should have brought snacks.
I didn't know Marilyn Manson still like toured.
No, he's still relevant. He actually still records music. Well, they still record music. Yeah, do you have a lava lamp? Is that
I
a
had
lava
no
lamp
idea.
in the background?
The last time I saw Marilyn Manson was on Celebrity Ghost Stories.
Oh, I bet he had a great fucking celebrity ghost story. Because he, like, is the celebrity ghost story.
That was, like, the most ridiculous story. There was, like, something that was, like, this just isn't right about, like, channeling the devil or something. And so I was like, people really believe some of these stories on Celebrity Ghost Stories. If you Google Marilyn Manson Celebrity Ghost Stories, you'll find, like, this blog post that he wrote, like, trying to poke holes into his whole story that he told.
So it was, like, a fake story? It wasn't true?
People think it's a fake story that he's just trying to, like, be cool and say he got haunted.
I mean, if anyone's going to get haunted, it's probably him. That's probably the reason why he was so dark and broody.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be like his origin story or something. It was so weird.
I was haunted by a ghost. And a robot.
So.
I had a robot. My father was a robot maker.
A robot who could spin her head around.
So if you had a robot as a sibling, or like even just now as a cat,
oh, I'd totally make it clean.
That was it? Like you wouldn't?
I would totally make it do all the cleaning. Like, why would I do the cleaning if I didn't have to?
Like, do you think you could like teach it to drive and go to the store for you and like buy your groceries?
Actually, I really like grocery shopping.
Oh, dude, is it like your time away? It's like freedom.
Yeah, it's like I have the list. I know what we need. I know what I want. I just send like the boyfriend goes with me to the store because he's got the driver's license. I don't currently have one. And
what?
I just got an ID when we moved here.
But
and it took forever for that to come in the mail.
But have you ever driven, or you just don't have one where you live now?
Yeah, I've driven.
You have like once or twice.
It was just like $50 cheaper to just get an ID compared to get the driver's license.
Yeah, but then
I like never leave the house, so
you can drive. Then you can leave and like go to like the park or the shopping center, or you can go to the robot factory and pick up your robot.
The JCPenney's is like not even a block away.
Oh, you live a block away from a JCPenney's?
It's just down the street.
Did you go there and get some like some cool '80s swag?
Oh yeah, every once in a while.
Hey guys.
But no, I just sent the boyfriend off to like whatever section of Walmart he wants to go through. I'm like, I'll call you when I need you.
That's cool. I mean,
just let me do, because if
I kind of wish I didn't drive.
Letting him help me is just difficult because I know exactly what I want, what I'm looking for, especially when I have coupons, and they're very specific about what you can and cannot get on a lot of them. So if I tell him to go get something, he's gonna go get like the wrong thing, and then I have to go find it anyway. So she's like, just go, leave me with the list, and just go.
Are you an avid coupon clipper?
You know, I try to like just don't have to go to the store very often, so I'll like clip coupons for stuff we need, and then we go to the market like once a month or so.
You must be an Amazon Prime member, I imagine.
We are Prime, but we don't like ever order anything else.
You don't get like paper towels and like
no
Dixie cups.
No.
I always wonder like because you can buy like
I am a fan of the acrylic tumblers.
You can buy like cereal on like Amazon. I always wonder like who are the people that buy cereal on Tumblr on Amazon.
One year when I couldn't find Count Chocula, I almost ordered it off Amazon.
How could you not find Count Chocula? They like make it specifically for everywhere.
There was one year where it was like a Target exclusive. And we did not
they make like
Target.
A special version of it?
Yeah. Like they'll just like release it to Target. Like my Walmart was not carrying it. The city markets weren't carrying it. Albertsons wasn't carrying it. I was checking like everywhere in town. We drove to New Mexico to search for it.
New Mexico?
At the Target.
Oh, you had to get some, you had to cross state lines to get some contraband.
Contraband cereal and, what is it? Alcohol on a Sunday.
Yeah, like alcohol on a Sunday. Cereal? Cereal any day.
Let's drive to Farmington, New Mexico.
I just picture like a Breaking Bad town, and you're in there and there's meth everywhere. No, that's aisle 4. Cereal's aisle 6. But I guess we can get into the show. Have we covered all the basics?
I think so.
Oh well, one thing I did want to bring up though is the show's very because I was watching the show and I was just thinking of the Terminator when I was watching this. So I was like, oh god, like this is gonna like turn on humanity someday. Like this is the start of Skynet right here.
I think in the later seasons there is an evil robot named Vanessa who looks exactly like Vicky.
Oh really? There's an
but
evil
she
robot?
Doesn't talk like this, and she doesn't wear a red and white pinafore. But I'll take your word for it.
Let's roll into the episode. So this episode's called The Shoplifter. And the episode opens, I believe, at the breakfast table?
Yeah, it's the breakfast table. Dad comes in, and he's reading the newspaper, and he's like, oh yeah, I want some coffee, Vicky. And she goes to pour it, but he's got the newspaper held, like, over the coffee cup so that she can't get to it. So she reaches up, and she pours the coffee down the newspaper and into the cup. Down like a perfect crease.
Like the newspaper, like the centerfold was like a funnel.
Yeah.
But that was kind of a dick move because he's like,
it's hard to believe that the newspaper stood up to that because newspaper is not very thick, strong paper.
No, I was wondering.
It's wet and it's mush.
So if you go on YouTube, you can find this episode, and you go on like a minute in, like it was a weird effect, like that it was. So like, was the paper made out of plastic, like in this episode?
I don't know.
Because it was like a perfect line. Because like if you pour water on paper, it's gonna splatter and it's gonna like absorb all around, and it's gonna render the paper useless.
Yeah, it's gonna turn the paper to mush, and yet pours the coffee, and the paper is just fine, just a little damp. He's
still reading it.
So,
still reading it. He's reading some like gut-wrenching article about like youth shoplifting in America and how the youth are responsible for like $2 billion a year. Meanwhile, the father is a thief. He stole the robot.
He stole the robot.
And he brings the robot home.
And he's always hiding it from the coworker who lives next door with the nosy wife and nosy daughter.
But he's concerned about like kid stealing. And he's, like, spotting all these facts, and the kid's making, like, stupid jokes, like, oh, yeah, the kids in my school, they're so, like, pathetic, they steal, like, lint from my belly button.
Like, really, kid? No.
And, but, like, you know how, like...
And he's, like, the dorkiest 12-year-old.
Yeah, I didn't like the kid.
I don't know if it's just because the kid show, but I'm just, like, really, you're 12? I feel like I mean, I was probably kind of dorky, but I don't think I was like, aw, shucks. They steal the lint from your belly button, dorky.
He was like a whole extra level of dorky, and he annoyed the fuck out of me. I was just like, I hate this kid. There was something about him. I was like, if he was my child, I would just like give him up for adoption. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna give you up. I'm gonna keep the robot because at least I can like reprogram the robot.
At least we can make Vicky do what we want to do. We can program her.
So they're at breakfast, and the doorbell rings.
Yeah, the doorbell rings, and the kid goes to get it, and it's some lady, Mrs. Fernwald, who is with the adoption company, state agency, or whatever that helped them adopt Vicky, because they adopted
a robot.
Because they're pretending she's like some long-lost family member that they got custody of. Like, they forged paperwork.
Yeah, like,
but he's worried about the kids shoplifting.
Yeah, he's like...
They're forging legal documents to make a robot available for adoption. And then this lady shows up to just check on them. Make sure everything's going swell still.
And then I believe the father makes like a reference to it. He's like, oh my god, I hope she didn't find out that we faked the paperwork.
Like, he's like, I hope we didn't find out we faked the paperwork.
They're trying to do like they're trying to do like a moral stance. Like, we're gonna have an episode about shoplifting, but our parents are frauds. Like, it's just
yeah, like what?
They fake paperwork and steal work supplies, basically.
It's not just a work supply. It's like a top secret project for the company.
Yeah, like technically, like Vicky could be like a weapon. Like they could use her as a weapon. He could like be like, kill for me, Vicky, and she'd be like, okay, I will kill for you, Dad.
Just tell me who.
Yeah. I hate that neighbor, Harriet. She has awful hair. Let's kill her. I will bury her in the backyard. We will never, no one will ever know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Who are your enemies, Dad? Can we get rid of my...
Tell me who's next on the hit list.
Yeah. Can we get rid of Jamie? He is annoying and nerdy.
And I want his room.
Yeah. I sleep in a closet.
No wonder she doesn't have any clothes. She sleeps in her closet.
Yeah. I sleep in a closet and I wear the same thing every day. I probably smell, but I'm a robot, so I don't.
Yeah, so this lady shows up and she asks Jamie if he recognizes her face, and he's like, no, I recognize your hat.
And then she looks like offended.
Yeah, she's like, what? She's in like this suit thing. It's definitely not an 80s style outfit. Like, there's a little older than that, and she's got a hat on. It's so weird.
It looks like she was like doing like some sleuthing, basically. Like she was doing like she was on like a 1960s like a caper.
Yeah, it was so odd.
Like she was trying to solve like in a Dick Tracy movie, trying to solve a crime. And then she like looks in the mirror and she's like, "Oh, is there something wrong with my hat?" And then the parents come out, and the parents are super nervous. They're like, "Hey guys, there's nothing nothing like sketchy going on here. They're so obvious."
Like, it's so obvious they're hiding something.
Yeah. They're like...
And then Mrs. Fernwald's like, "Well, I have a gift for the birthday girl." And Mom's like, "Oh, you didn't have to bring me anything." Like,
yeah, she's like, "It's not my birthday." And then they're like, "No, it's Vicky's birthday. Her birthday was on the adoption papers." And then, like, they're like shocked to remember. Like, that would be like a huge red flag right there. Like,
yeah,
wait.
like a major red flag. You don't remember your kid's birthday? Like... Come on, you should at least have some idea. A child knows when their birthday is, especially like how old Vicky is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can forget your kid's birthday unless you're so scatterbrained, like the parents in 16 Candles. But I'm like, oh, well, we have to pretend we don't remember because we're throwing her a surprise party this afternoon.
But they were
like, what friends? She doesn't go to school.
But they weren't even like we're throwing a surprise party. Like the husband's like, "Honey, you say what we're doing. Like why we forgot the birthday." She's like, "No, you say it." And he's like, "No, you're doing a great job." She's like, "All right, we're having a surprise party for her today." And then the adoption lady's like, "Oh, I love surprise parties." She's like, "I'll come back." Not like, "Can I come back?" It's, "I'll come back." And they're like, "No, you don't have to."
She's like, "I'll come back." In person, because God forbid
she just like
this even matters.
She invites herself back to the surprise party. She's like, "I'll take the present back and I'll bring it to Vicky later."
Yeah, I do have an appointment at 4:00. The party's at 4:00. I'll move my appointment.
Yeah,
like
they're like, "What time's your party?" And then they're like confused. Like they couldn't just make up a time. They have to like ask. So she's like, "Oh, I have."
Like these people have no clue what they're supposed to do because they're committing fraud over a robot.
Who they're basically they're using the robot as a slave.
Yeah.
So not only are they lying and he is basically a fraud, but he's also perpetrating slavery in his household.
Yeah, because Vicky doesn't eat or drink, so
I don't eat.
It's not like she prepares all the meals though.
You will save money on all the food I do not eat.
You probably would have saved money either way if you didn't have the robot.
I will burn the house down one day.
It's not like they buy her clothes.
Don't piss me off. I will burn the house down.
She probably could.
Yeah, she probably could. So, do they have to like recharge her? They plug her in, right?
Yeah, like in her armpits, there's like one is an outlet to like plug her in and charge her, I guess, and the other is like a computer.
She has like a panel on her back, right?
Like reprogram her and stuff.
And like they open up and it's just those like you know in like Lethal Weapon it's like the bomb in Lethal Weapon. It's just wires, like red and white, yellow wires.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Don't pull the yellow on, I'll explode."
Mm-hmm.
I have wires and circuits and rail skin. So I wonder how they made the rail skin. Like, did they just like harvest children?
I think it's a skin-like material, the real skin. But she has real hair.
Yeah, it's weird. Like now that you think about it, so it's just like if you go to the robot factory, is there just like real human children like suffering, like they're using their skin and hair, and like it's probably like there's like probably a girl that actually looks like Vicky, and she's like chained to like a wall, and she's like, "Help me!"
No, it's probably more like it's a synthetic material like latex or something.
Don't touch me because I am fake. I feel fake. Yeah. I am like a Teddy Ruxpin. Put a tape in my back. That is not in my memory bank.
I will tell you a story now.
Yeah. Do you like Goldilocks and the Three Bears? That is the only story in my memory banks. There's always like words she doesn't know. She's like, "What is shoplifting?"
Yeah, and then they tell her. Okay, so Mrs. Fernwald leaves, And then this is the part that like it made me stop and go, wait, what the F did I just watch? The mom punches the dad in the gut, grabs him by the neck, and leads him like up towards the stairs. It was so weird.
Oh, because she was like, she's kind of a tough broad. She's just like,
yeah.
Well, she's home all day, so she does like Pilates or something. So she has like upper.
She was probably doing a Jane Fonda
upper body strength. Yeah, I am doing. Mom, do you want to do the James Fonda workout today?
1, 2, 3. I used to do Jane Fonda workouts in like grade school or something.
Did you have like the Susie and Summers like Thigh Master?
We had like this club in my grade school where you would do like aerobic videos after school or before school with like the principal and the school nurse. Like it would be like the Jane Fonda tapes or like whoever else popular, like probably Suzanne Summers, Denise Austin kind of thing.
Because that's not creepy.
Back in the day.
Like aerobics with the principal. He's creepier than the dad from Small Wonder.
Well, I had a female principal.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's good, right?
Yeah.
So, for some reason now, Jaime and Vicki, they decide they're going to go shopping.
Yeah, Jaime decides to take Vicki with him to go shopping for her fake birthday present.
But it's weird because...
Like, why would you take the robot with you?
How does he get to the store? That's like the...
He probably walked. I mean, it's 1986 or something, 87.
So, maybe...
Probably safe enough.
Well, kids then just, like, did shit on their own. Like, we learned that from the Webster episode that we watched. That you can, like, cross...
Yeah, exactly. Webster was way younger than Jaime.
You can, like, go to a bar during the day if you're a child.
Yeah.
The Trocadero, or the fuck it was called. But, I mean, the department store could have been...
Go to the mall, and it's, like, the weirdest set-up department store ever.
You know what it is? It's, like, anytime in, like, a sitcom, and they, like, have to do, like, a store setting or, like, a mall setting, it's always, like, this is, like, one... Like, it's just, like, a small set. It's always, like, a closed set.
Yeah.
It's a small set, and you just see like one side of the store, and it's like a jewelry counter is like what you see.
And the way they set it up was extra weird. Like no respectable store would be set up so that the sides of the case, the display cases, would be where a customer could just go and slide it open and grab something from inside.
Yeah, so they have like $500 like diamond encrusted watches in this like case.
Yeah, where you could just like open the case and take it yourself. There's no lock. There's nothing to prevent anybody from just sliding it and taking it and dropping it in the pocket of their pinafore.
But yeah, there's no one standing behind it, or they don't have that like only like it's like kind of like blocked off, so only like store employees can get in there.
That's pretty much why usually like you go to the department stores, those jewelry are in those like square formations.
Yeah, there's usually a door in there. There's like a little latch door.
Yeah, because when I've worked a lot of retail, and we always keep like the expensive stuff under lock and key. And if it's something like you can't have behind you, or something like when we sold sunglasses in one of the stores I worked in, I had the key, but it wasn't like I would just leave it unlocked all day so somebody could just walk off with a $300 pair of Oakley sunglasses or something. So it was like I unlocked it whenever somebody wanted to try on a pair.
And then, so not only that, they're in the store, and like Vicki takes like literal commands. So they say something about like Jaime says something about like picking up the display case, and she actually just like picks it up.
Hold on, I have it. Jaime says he'd like to take the whole display case, so Vicki picks up the whole display case. And
they do. You can tell they're doing like that like green screen technology. So it's like it's really like obvious and fake looking. But nobody in the store saw an 11-year-old girl pick up a display case.
Nobody saw this. Not even the store detective who's walking around like he's Captain Peacock from Are You Being Served?
And he's literally like right there because like they just walked. They walked in the store.
Yeah, they walked past him and he's all like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, we're just browsing. We're just browsing."
Yeah, because he always like Vicki always repeats whatever happens.
Yeah.
And like, so she'll bring up like lines from like earlier in the episode.
Yeah, it's like, what?
She just really like repeats things because they're in her memory bank. So she picks up the display case. She literally picks up the display case. She puts it down, and then he's like, I wish I can get that for Mom. And then she's like, I wish I can get that for Mom. And then she just opens up the case,
Just
takes
slides
the watch,
it open.
and drops the watch in her pocket. And then the kids go home. So now they're like, they get home. They walk in the kitchen door. They walk in the back door. And Jamie's like, he already has a present wrapped. He's like, hey, you're gonna.
He found something.
He's like, guess what I bought you? And she's like, I'm not programmed to guess. And he's like, I bought something that I would like because you don't need presents or something. Like, he says something like that.
Yeah, that's like kind of like dick big. Like, hello, the lady from the goddamn adoption agency is going to be here. I'm betting she wants to see Vicki open her present. But she's so adamant about giving Vicki her present herself, right? So this little rat,
this little shit is basically what he is.
Sister, yeah, this little shit decides to get his so-called sister something he needs. Like, what the hell does a 12-year-old boy need anyway? Is that like a box of Playboys or what?
It was shaped like clothes. Like the box was shaped like a clothes box, so it's like nothing like important.
Like, what does this little shit have?
And like did the parents give him money? Like what?
He probably has an allowance.
So then, Vicki pulls the watch out of her pocket, and she's like, "I bought this for Mom."
I got this for Mom.
No, I got this for Mom. And he's like,
"Oh no!"
He's like,
"It's gonna kill us. We have to go back.
We have to go back to the store. I hope they didn't notice." So immediately you know they're gonna go back to the store, and something horrible is going to happen. Only because it's like.
Before they go back, we get to see the mom and Harriet interact.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So the mom's like, she's vacuuming or something. I don't know. She's doing something mommy.
She's got this like lame box of like party decorations, and all it seems to have is like some curling ribbon or something.
Like a banner.
Had like a balloon she's trying to blow up, and Harriet's on the door. Is like, "Hi, Mrs. Lawson." And Mrs. Lawson's like, "Oh, so you probably heard about the party. Yes, Harriet, you can come." She's like, "Oh, that's not what I wanted to tell you, but I love a party."
She's like, "I'm a party animal."
I just want to tell you your geraniums need to be watered.
No, but Harriet does this thing where she's like, "I'm a party animal," and she does this like stupid dance.
Yeah, I'm a party animal. She does this like dance thing that could give Elaine Bennis's dance a run for its money.
Yeah, it was definitely Elaine Bennis. So. All right, so Harriet is like the little girl neighbor who I guess is friends with Vicki.
She has a crush on Jamie. She's kind of friends with, as friendly as you can be with a robot and not know it's a robot.
But she's like, they established that she's nosy, so she's always like snooping around.
Yeah, she is like a Mrs. Kravitz Jr.
She's probably like a tattletale.
Mm-hmm.
Totally a tattletale, and so like she's always like. I believe in the theme song, when they like introduce her, they show like you see her first from like the back of a window.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! There might be one where she's looking in the window, but there's where they do her name. She's creeping up to the back kitchen door.
She has like a stethoscope.
She's got a glass in her hand, and she goes to like listen at the door, and then she looks at the camera like, "Oh, you caught me!"
Yeah, you caught me in my sitcom moment.
Weird.
And then she has like she's got like pigtails and like awful bangs. Like it looks like she's wearing like a wig. Mm-hmm. And they pick like the shittiest like kids' clothing they can possibly find.
Oh my god, her clothes were awful. And then she had these big ass ribbons in her pigtails to match the colors of her outfit.
Oh, I didn't even notice that, but I can
oh my god, it was awful.
So
this is what I put in my notes. I said, I thought the mom's outfit is awful, but then I saw Harriet.
You saw Harriet, you're like, what the fuck? So, Harriet gets invited to the party,
so bad.
And the mom's like, you don't have to bring a present if you don't want. She's like, oh, I don't want to, but I guess I'll bring one. Not only is she nosy, but she's also like a little bitch, too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really surprised that the father didn't like Vicki. You are now programmed to kill Harriet. I will kill Harriet, Dad. I am a sophisticated robot.
Jamie didn't request that, to be honest, because the girl's supposed to have like this huge crush on Jamie, and he's just like, ugh, Harriet, yeah. Red hair, freckles, no.
So then, after that, Jamie and Vicki, they decide they have to go back to the store to return the merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
Which, is something, like, awful is going to happen. Only because it's, like, 2 hours away from the party. And then there's, like, an adoption lady coming over. So he's like, oh, God, this is just fucking bad news right here. Like, they would have just been better off...
Well, and they're going back to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, they would have been better off just keeping the watch and just, like...
Like, just mail it back.
Yeah, like, anonymously.
Yeah.
No, but... We're gonna go back to the store and like sneak in, and not only that, but they're back in the store. So
nobody noticed this girl lift up the display case, so they think it's got to be easy to go back and just like put the watch in.
But so they go back to the store where there's like nobody at. There's no like extras lurking in the background. Nobody's there. Mm-hmm. And Jamie's like, hold on, I gotta cause like a commotion. So he like pretends he's like choking.
Mm-hmm.
And then so he's actually like...
He falls on the ground, gasping, going, ugh, 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 like he's possessed or something. He's like, my malaria is back, ugh, ugh. And some lady's like, are you okay? He's like, lady, do you think I'd be doing this if I wasn't sick?
Yeah.
Like, it was so fucked up.
It was like a fake...
So fucked up.
It was... Just like when you're like pretending to be sick so you don't go to school. That's what it looks like. So, yeah. Vicki opens up the display case. She puts the watch back in. And then you see like the hand grab her hand. And it's the store detective. And he's like, young lady, you've been caught. So then you're like, oh God, I can only imagine where this is going now. So...
And of course, that's when Jamie stops squirming. He's like, oh crap.
He's like, we've been caught. Back. So now we're back at the house, and so Harriet shows up. Mrs. Fernwald shows up. These are the only two people who are at the party.
The dad shows up.
The what?
The dad shows up.
So it's...
He was off playing golf. He comes in, and he's got a present. And he goes, what do you get for an 11-year-old robot who has nothing? Like, I've just decided the men in this family are trash. Like, the mom at least kind of thinks of Vicki as, like, her daughter. But the men are like, you're nothing. You're just a robot.
You're just a
Whatever,
robot.
bitch.
Yeah, you're just a robot that I'm probably going to have sex with later.
Oh.
But, alright, so, the party. These are the party, like, attendees. It's Harriet and then the adoption lady. They're the only people... They're the only, like, outside guests that are at the party. So they, like, went nuts and, like, decorated the whole house.
It's not even that decorated. It's, like, the stuff you pick up at the dollar store 5 minutes before,
yeah, it's just that, like, banner that you hang.
Birthday.
It just says happy birthday, and you just, like, pin each side. And then there's, like, maybe, like, a balloon. And there's two...
Yeah, there's, like, a couple streamers. It's like, okay, this is good enough.
There's two people, like, two outside guests at this party.
Two whole guests, yeah.
And so then, I believe Jamie calls from the store, right? He calls the house?
Yeah, Jamie calls, and he's telling the dad, and the dad's trying not to freak out.
Oh, actually, no, hold on. This is before the party, right?
No. Nope. Mrs. Fernwald and Harriet are there, and the phone rings. And he's trying to, like, be calm, because he doesn't want the adoption lady to know that Vicki got busted for shoplifting. And he, like, drags his wife into the kitchen, he's like, and tells her everything. Leaving Harriet and Mrs. Fernwald alone in the living room so Harriet can describe how weird Vicki is.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So she's, like, saying all the weird things that Vicki does. And, like, she's like, she sleeps in a closet.
I saw her head spin around once, and the mom comes back in, and she's like, that panic is on her face, and she's like, well, you know, Vicki has a very vivid imagination. Because Harriet said something like, she pretends to be a robot or something.
Yeah, she She sounds like monotone.
And the mom's like, as you can see, Harriet also has a very vivid imagination.
But like, if you were an adoption lady that didn't know like the backstory, would just be like your first thought? It's like, I wonder if that child's a robot.
Like, I don't think robot be like the first thing to come to mind, but
I'd be like,
something is definitely up.
I think the child's mentally ill. Maybe we need to
like, yeah, I would be like, maybe you need to get a psych evaluation or two. Like, make sure everything's okay. Like, why is she so shy that she can't go to school with the other kids?
Why does she wear the same thing every day?
Yeah, why is she always in a red and white pinafore? Like, what the hell? It's just, yeah. I just don't know.
So the dad now has to go to the store, right?
Yeah, he's at the store, and he's talking to the detective. And while he's talking to the detective, Vicky goes back to the damn case, opens it up, takes the watch, and then goes and she puts it in the dad's pocket.
And then, so the dad does like super thing. He's like, I'll just pay for it. And he reaches in, and like, you would have known.
Like, even though they don't have it still, they gave it back.
Yeah. And he pulls the watch out again. But like, you would have thought like, he would have put his hand in his pocket and felt the watch and just like, not just grab it.
I would be like, that does not feel like my wallet. My wallet should be like a square, maybe rectangular thing, and not a watch, a gold watch.
And I didn't notice how the store detective like didn't notice that she walked like over, like they're literally like steps away.
Because he's too busy like chastising the dad. He's so busy chastising the father.
It's like,
and then when the dad pulls out the watch and then is like, oh wait, here's my wallet, he gets called a modern day Fagin.
What is a Fagin? I didn't know that.
Fagin? In Oliver Twist.
Okay.
There is a man who teaches the orphans, such as Oliver, how to steal. And, like, he's kind of in charge of the gang of kids who pickpocket. So
there's a gang of kids that pickpocket?
Yeah.
Nice.
Didn't you ever see Oliver and Company from Disney?
No, I missed that one. Sorry.
Oh my god. And almost nobody's ever seen it.
So now the detective thinks that like the father is using the kid to like using his kids to shoplift. Like it's like a sting, like it's like an operation. And
yeah.
So does the father get arrested? I can't remember, to be honest. I just watched this. I can't remember.
Yeah, no. What happens is the detective, I guess he calls the cops and he gets a search warrant so that they can search the dad's house, search the family home to see if there's any other stolen merchandise. Yeah. So back at the house, there's the mom, the adoption agent, and Harriet. And it's like, oh, let's hide.
Yeah, they hear the doorbell rings, right?
Okay, first of all, why the hell is like dad ringing the doorbell at his own home? Come on, people.
And there's a the cops have a warrant in the.
Yeah, they're just gonna like go in.
Yeah, they're gonna bust the door down.
The doorbell rings. They pop out, yell surprise, and then there's like the dad, Vicky, Jamie, a cop, and the store detective.
And then like meanwhile, the cop and the store detective just narrowly escape this like weird like robot sex operation that the father has going on.
They have no clue what they're watching. And then we have Mrs. Fernwald, who decides to stand up for Vicky.
Yeah, so
and clear things up.
Not only did she hear like weird things about Vicky, and the parents like forgot about the birthday and all these other obvious things, she's like, I'm gonna stand up for her. And she like flirts with the cop too. Oh, not the cop, the store detective.
Mm-hmm.
She basically like seduces him like in the living room, like right in front of everybody.
Like it's weird. It's like she gets up to stand up and then she looks at him and it's like the pheromones like hit her and she is just like ready to just rip his clothes off and go to town on this man in the middle of this family's living room.
She's like,
so weird.
She's like, how about we go out to your car and talk about it further? And he's like, yeah, let's go.
Well, she asked him to go to Din Din.
Oh, Din Din. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I'll go to Din Din with you. And then he, like, the store detective, the cops, like, all right, case is closed.
Like, bye. And then Harriet's like, oh my God, I gotta go tell my mom. Between her and I, the whole neighborhood will know about this in like half
an hour. Yeah, they're both gossips.
an hour,
right?
yeah.
So,
well, yeah.
So then Mrs. Fernwald and the store detective go outside to like, I don't know, maybe she's like giving him a hand job or something. I have no idea. But then
Vicky, I don't know. I don't want to know.
Then Vicky pulls the watch out of her pocket again. She fucking stole it again. How did she get it again?
I don't know. But she pulls it out. She goes, "Happy birthday, Mom."
Yeah.
And then the dad grabs it and he's like, "Oh, Mr. whatever the dude's name was. I don't think I caught it. Oh, store detective." And then cut.
But it's just like, the store detective's going to be like, you stole from me again. And then you have this like,
what the hell?
Yeah, like why is this lady giving me a hand job and like protecting the robot?
Like, I mean, the way this is going, he might as well just get some anal from this lady to make it up.
Yeah, like they should have just kept the watch at this point. I'm just like, you know what would have been better?
Just keep the watch.
Like
keep the watch or just mail it back.
You've already committed fraud. You're a criminal. You stole property from your job. Just fucking keep the watch, because that $500 watch is probably less costlier than the $1 million robot that you built with like this crazy technology that was not yet created. It's still not even like available.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're just like, you're worried about a $500 watch. You could have like melted that down and made like a new circuit board or something. Yeah. And then, so this company that he works for definitely has to be, like, an evil company, because they're, if you can create, like, a human robot that bad, it's going to be a weapon. Like, you can, like, put bombs in it, and the premise is way too thin.
Yeah, it is. I think this was voted, like, one of the worst TV shows of all time.
I believe it. Oh. But there's just, like, a weird innocence to it, though.
Listen, I was watching another episode a few weeks ago on like Antenna TV, Me TV, one of those channels that like just air old programming. I think it was Me TV. No, it was Antenna TV. And it was like, JB decides he needs to have a party to impress a girl. It was like the lamest party ever for 12-year-olds. I was like,
more than 2 people at it?
No, there was a bunch of people, but like all the boys were in suits and all the girls were in party dresses, and I'm just like, they didn't look 12 to me. They looked like they were like 8.
Yeah. Well, I believe like they were worried on the show like that the actress who played Vicky would like age, so they had to explain like the father upgraded her or something.
Yeah, that was later on.
She started getting like boobs, so they were like, "Oh, we have to explain why she has boobs."
And then they just let her talk like this, and her mom got pissed off and was like, "She can sing, she can dance, and she can really act, and all you're doing is acting like a robot."
Yeah, because the actress was like multi-talented in real life, right?
Yeah. Now she's just a nurse in Boulder, Colorado.
I bet you that's why they made like the evil robot that sounds normal, because they wanted like her to like, have different ranges of emotion.
Try and keep her happy.
Yeah. So the actress Tiffany Brissett, who played Vicky, is just a nurse now, right?
Yeah, she's just a nurse. Well, not just a nurse, but she's a nurse
just
now.
A nurse in the world.
She's retired from acting. Almost everybody retired from acting.
Yeah, this show probably was a career killer. Cause
like the woman who played the mom, she like after the show she had her own kid and she just didn't want to act anymore. She wanted to be with her kid.
And the dad sucked as an actor.
He's on Bold and the Beautiful. He plays Charlie the security guard.
Oh, really?
Who is in a relationship with the mom from Wonder Years.
And Jamie grew up to be Billy Corgan.
No, he unfortunately ended up homeless for a while.
Oh, really? He was missing teeth.
Turning his life around.
Oh, I guess that's good for him, right?
Yeah, and then Harriet's like a theater teacher in Connecticut or something.
Yeah, I'm a theater teacher. Does she still have the same haircut?
Oh God, I don't think so. I doubt it.
That'd be awesome if she still had the same haircut.
Oh my God.
I didn't look at the IMDb page. Was there any famous guest stars? Like maybe like Fred Savage was in an episode or something?
Hold on, just a sec. Let me look because I've got it up.
Like Hugh Jackman played it like a teacher or something.
Let's see. Alice Ghostly came on in season for 4 episodes.
Who's that?
She played who did she play? She's in a bunch of stuff.
Alice Ghostly?
She's on Passions, Hercules, Evening Shade, Design. She played Bernice on Designing Women. And I think there's something early on. I'm trying to find it.
You said her name like she was like a Brad Pitt.
No, wait, she played Esmeralda on Bewitched.
You're like
Alice I cannot remember who she played on Bewitched.
Alice, the world famous Alice Ghostly. It wasn't like Jennifer Aniston.
It was like a name I recognized her picture and her name.
Yeah,
like everybody else was just kind of like Brian Austin Green was on 2 episodes.
Oh, okay, that's a name. That's like a
Lark Voorhees was on 2 episodes.
We should. Too bad we didn't see like a Lark Voorhees episode.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. So that's basically Small Wonder, right?
Yeah.
It premiered 30 years ago tonight.
Yes, the night we recorded this.
30 years ago this morning, because you said it was a Saturday morning cartoon, like a non-cartoon.
Even Churro was on it.
30 years ago at 10 a.m., Small Wonder.
Something like that.
It was launched.
I would say I mostly remember watching it in like the middle of the night. Which sounds really creepy.
Yeah, you're like, you're creepier than the dad.
Okay, so when I was younger, I still can't sleep very well at night. Like, I just have a weird sleep pattern. And when I was a kid, when it was summer, my sleep schedule just like totally go wacky. Where like I just could not sleep until like really late at night, like early morning sometimes. So I'd like stay up and I would watch TV, like in the kitchen or in my bedroom or something. And it would be like I'd watch stuff like My Three Sons on Nick at Night, Small Wonder, Psychic Friends Network, infomercial a million times. Excuse me.
I was the same way.
I mostly remember Small Wonder as like a late night rerun kind of thing.
I was the same way. That's why we have a podcast about TV shows.
That's why we are the wit we are, Patrick. We just covered it.
Like you wake up in the middle of the night and watch like Mr. Ed, Batman the series, like whatever the hell came on. Like it could have been anything. It didn't even matter.
Yeah, like seriously, I probably watched the Psychic Friends hotline infomercials millions of times, multiple times.
And it's my special skill, talking about Small Wonder podcasts on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Like nobody's gonna listen to this because it's just like, why would I listen to like an hour and 15 minutes about Small Wonder? But someone's out there. Someone. All right, so yesterday we actually put out like the Munsters Today episode.
Yeah.
And I made a reference because we applied like Twilight logic to it.
Yeah.
And then I had all these like,
which I totally forgot about until I was putting the YouTube version up.
And I got all these like weird like Twilight like fan account follows just because I wrote the word Twilight in my tweet.
Isn't that scary how that happens? They're gonna be so disappointed.
I remember there was one time it was I used to watch. Remember like they had the show like Divorce Court. I would watch it on like, my lunch break a couple years ago, and there was like one time where there was like a storm, and I was pissed. I was like, oh, Divorce Court got preempted for like this like storm warning, and then all these like divorce lawyers started following me. It was like, if you need a divorce, like you get those like personal like messages like, if you're looking for a divorce lawyer, contact me. And I'm like,
yeah, like you get those really random follows where you're like, are you kidding me? Why are you following me?
You didn't see that.
You're like, oh, 5 hours ago I tweeted something like, I love coleslaw. That's why 20 coleslaw accounts just followed me. Like, what?
Yeah, the coleslaw fan appreciation account.
Yeah. First thing I could think of at the moment.
And I always get like weird like accountants always follow me. I'm like, why? Like I'm a certified public accountant. Call me for your like money woes. And I'm like, did I like tweet about being poor one day? Like what?
Yeah, like there are things where I get follows. I'm just like, I don't understand.
So when we tweet about Small Wonder, all these like robot makers are gonna start following me. Like, are you looking for a sex robot? And I'm like, yep.
No, my favorite are like the porn accounts that follow you.
Oh, those are always the best because you write.
And I'm just like, I don't understand.
You're like, did I write the word pussy like one day? And
like one day I had like 5 people follow me who all in their little like bios say bisexual. I'm like, did I tweet something about bisexuals or I'm missing something? I'm not quite sure I understand what's going on.
The wonders of the internet. I get weird ones on Tumblr too, though. Tumblr's a strange one.
Yeah, we get some weird ones on Tumblr.
I have like a lot of like porn accounts that follow me. I'm like, why is there a porn account following me?
I have no idea. Yours is like the least porny blog I know.
I click on it. I'm like, that's sex. I'm like, why is the least porniest blog? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I was voted least porniest blog 2015 and 2014. Oh, classic. So final thoughts on Small Wonder. I think we said everything about it, right?
It is a ridiculous mess, but it's not as bad as the Monsters Today.
Yeah, on a scale of like how awful Monsters Today and Small Wonder was, Small Wonders is a little bit more watchable. Just like
yeah, I could sit down and watch an episode of Small Wonder. I could not sit through another episode of the Monsters Today. You would have to like tie me up, duct tape my eyelids open, and make me watch.
I don't know. I kind of want to see another episode of Monsters Today just to see if like the quality holds up.
You can watch that on your own time.
That'll be like a just for me.
Just for you.
Like, this is just for me, guys. But I think we survived the robot apocalypse. We'll be okay. The artificial intelligence are not going to take over.
Not yet, anyways.
I think next time we should go classic. Should we do something classic-y?
What are you thinking? Like an I Dream of Jeannie, or...
Yeah, like something maybe black and white.
Yeah. You have... You know, we did get a request to do an I Dream of Jeannie.
We did?
Yeah, we got it like months ago.
No.
Like, when we kept missing each other and stuff.
I Dream of Jeannie.
My friend Joe requested an I Dream of Jeannie episode.
Did he request?
Like, not a specific episode, but just like an episode of Jeannie.
You know what? I like to look at the actual, like, the titles of the episodes, and that's how I base them on.
Yeah.
But is that show accessible? Is it on something?
That is what I am checking right now.
All right, in the Monsters Today episode, I keep saying monsters. In the Monsters Today episode, we did like a 4-minute ad for iCanStream.com. YouCanStreamIt.com.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that got really uncomfortable. Like, it was like we were like trying to get money.
Yeah, we totally were, and we were just like both using it.
But what is the site called? I can't remember.
CanIStreamIt.com or CanIStreamIt.com. Or no, CanIStreamIt.it.
I'm sure.
Maybe. Do you have the channel Antenna TV?
I don't know, and I'll never be able to find it if I do.
Okay. Because I know it's on there. Because I watch it sometimes late at night when I can't sleep.
Hold on. So if you do, if you go to YouTube.com and you write I Dream of Jeannie, the first thing that comes up is I Dream of Jeannie, Season 5, Episode 5, Jeannie's Beauty Cream. Stick around next week.
I think that's what we're doing next.
We're going to do I Dream of Jeannie's Beauty Cream. And
Sounds good.
I guess as always, until next time.
Bye!